All right, first, completing your homework for section 4.4b, we need to have a little bit of extra examples here. So most people realize that parallel lines have the same slope. Okay, so whatever m is for the one line has to be the same as n for the other. Okay, but perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal slope. So, i.e., if one slope is 2/3, then the slope of a negative reciprocal, or the slope of a perpendicular line would be -3/2. Or with whole numbers, you think of it as a fraction with 1 in the denominator. So if you had slope 1/3, the slope of a perpendicular line would be -3/1 or -3. So notice the signs are different and they're reciprocals. So I do want to explain, like, why does this make sense in the first place? So I drew these two rectangles. You see these two rectangles on my graph. You notice that the two rectangles are perpendicular to each other. Well, if you were to draw the lines going through the corners of those two boxes, those would be perpendicular as well because the two boxes are perpendicular. So let's just see how that looks. Yep, it sure does look like those two lines are perpendicular. So the boxes actually represent the slopes of the lines nicely. So the red line here, which has equation y equals 1/3, notice to go from one point to the next, you go up 1/3. So that slope is 1/3. And let's look at this green line. This green line has equation -3x plus 11. So -3, that coefficient of x, that's the slope. And to get from one corner of the box to the other, you go down 3/1. So just looking at these boxes and how the boxes represent slope nicely, it should make sense that every two perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal slopes.